So Jake, first of all, a bit of a nasty injury last week to Goldie. How's he doing?
Yeah, he's home, which is great. He had 2 nights in hospital in the end, which obviously shows how serious the knock was. Bit of a fracture of the skull, and there was a little bit of bleeding going on as well. So, but he's back home. He's still feeling a little bit of sort of the after effects, headaches and what have you, but he seems like he's on the mend. I thought he might even come along today, but he's hoping to come along next week to train and just be around the place. And I think it's just it's difficult with injuries like that. We just have to see how he gets on over the next couple of weeks, and hopefully he'll be back because we need him. We want him back.
A bit of a disrupted week this week. No Exeter match because of COVID. What's your feelings of how it's since last Saturday's very impressive performance?
Yeah, it's a shame really. Obviously we wanted to sort of carry on that impetus and that momentum from Saturday, and to get the call so late on Tuesday night ahead of Wednesday's game was disappointing. It obviously didn't leave us much time to get anything sorted. We really wanted one more game. Obviously we lost the Porth-11 game right at the start, so we wanted 5, but we just couldn't arrange anything in time. So made a positive out of it anyway. Went up and trained. The boys worked really hard. We tried to sort of replicate the work that they normally do on a match day in a training session, and we did. We got close, which was great. So still got something out of it. Obviously not the same as having a game, but it was still something. It was still beneficial. So so it just leads us up nicely to today.
And Marco, what's your expectations of today's match?
Bit of an unknown one really. We don't know too much about them as a team, which is nice. I think everything about today is a dress rehearsal for the season. You know, probably playing teams that we don't know too much about, going up on the bus with the boys, getting a feel for how you look after yourself and what you eat, when you drink, resting. Some of the boys are sleeping already, which is good. But yeah, don't know too much about them, so it's just good practice for us, and it gets all those processes in place for when the season starts for real, and you know the boys know kind of how it's going to look and feel on a match day. So not really too many expectations about the sort of opposition, but certainly hoping to carry on in a playing sense with a lot of the positives from last Saturday, and keep those good things in place that we had, building towards obviously next Saturday being the start of the season. So it just takes that little bit more importance today in terms of the performance and the result, just because we're getting near the real thing now, so we want those to start marrying up. So hopefully just carry on where we left off last Saturday, and keep those levels as they were last week.